Hello, hello, hello. It is day 59 of reading the Bible in a year. Day 59, oh my gosh. And I have got to read Deuteronomy chapters 19, 20, 21 and 22. 4 chapters again today. Okay. Let's get started. 3 cities of refuge. When the Lord your God has cut off the nations whose land your God is giving you, and you dispossess them and dwell in their cities and in their houses, you shall separate 3 cities for yourself in the midst of your land, which the Lord your God is giving to you to possess. You shall prepare roads for yourselves, and divide 3 parts of the territory of your land, which the Lord your God is giving you to inherit, that any manslayer may flee there. And this is the case of the manslayer who flees there, that he may live. And I've already said about cities of refuge in previous chapters, in this book actually, I think, yes. So I won't read that again. Property boundaries. You shall not remove your neighbour's landmark, which the men of old have set in your inheritance, which you will inherit in the land of the Lord your God is giving you to possess. The law concerning witnesses. 1 witness shall not rise against a man concerning any iniquity or sin which he commits. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses the matter shall be established. If a false witness arises against any man to testify against him of wrongdoing, then both men in the testimony, in the controversy, shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges who serve in those days. And the judges shall make careful inquiry. And indeed, if the witness is a false witness, who has testified falsely against his brother, then you shall do to him as he thought to have done to his brother. So you shall put away the evil from among you. And those who remain shall hear and fear. And hereafter they shall not again commit such evil among you. Your eye shall not pity. The life shall be for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Principles of governing warfare. When you go out to battle against your enemies and see horses and chariots and people more numerous than you, do not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God is with you, who brought you up out from the land of Egypt. So it shall be, when you are on the very verge of battle, that the priest shall approach and speak to the people, and he shall say to them, Hear, O Israel, today you are on the verge of battle with your enemies. Do not let your heart faint. Do not be afraid, and do not tremble or be terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you. Then the officers shall speak to the people, saying, What man is there who has built a new house and has not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man dedicate it. I don't know what that has to do with the Lord going out to war for the people. Also, what man is there who has planted a vineyard and not eaten of it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man eat of it. What man is there who has betrothed to a woman, has not married her? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man marry her. The officers shall speak further to the people and say, What man is there who is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return to his house, lest the heart of his brethren faint like his heart. And so it shall be, when the officers have finished speaking to the people, that they shall make captains of the armies and to lead the people. I mean, saying things like that kind of disheartens people, I think. Saying, if you've got a new house and you haven't slept in it or dedicated it, or have you got a future wife at home that's waiting for you to return, best go home. I don't know. And vineyard, and who is faint-hearted, you may die. Oh my gosh. All right. When you go near a city to fight against it, then proclaim an offer of peace to it, and it shall be that if they... Why is my voice doing that? And it shall be if they accept your offer of peace and open it to you, then all the people who are found in it shall be placed under tribute to you and serve you. Now, if the city will not make peace with you, but makes war against you, then the Lord... I lost my place. But now, if the city will not make peace with you, but makes war against you, then you shall besiege it. And when the Lord your God delivers it into your hands, you shall strike every male in it with the edge of the sword. But the women, the little ones, the livestock, and all that is in the city, and its spoil, you shall plunder for yourself. And you shall eat the enemy's plunder with which the Lord your God gives you. In earlier chapters, they were saying to utterly destroy the cities. And now they're taking prisoners and taking plunder. Thus you shall do to all the cities which are very far from you, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these peoples which the Lord your God gives you as an inheritance. You shall let nothing that breathes remain alive, but you shall utterly destroy... Okay. But you shall utterly destroy them, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, just as the Lord your God commanded you, lest they teach you according to their abominations which they have done for their gods, and you sin against the Lord your God when you besiege a city for a long time while making war against it to take it. You shall not destroy its trees by wielding an axe to them, if you can eat them. Do not cut down to use in the siege, for the tree of the field is man's food. Only the trees which you know are not trees for food you may destroy and cut down, to build siege works against the city which makes war with you, until it is subdued. Sorry about that. I had to pause the recording to get a Strepsil because my throat is sore again. And I start my new job in 3 days, so I can't afford to get ill. Chapter 21. Why is my accent changing? The law concerning unsolved murder. Oh no. If anyone is found slain, lying in the field in the land which Lord your God is giving you to possess, and it is not known who killed him, then your elders and your judges shall go out and measure the distance from the slain man to the surrounding cities. And it shall be that the elders of the city nearest to the slain man shall take a heifer which is not been worked and which is not been pulled with a yoke. The elders of that city shall bring the heifer down to the valley with flowing water, which is neither ploughed nor sown. And they shall break the heifer's neck there in the valley. Then the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for the Lord your God has chosen them to minister to him, and to bless the name of the Lord. By their word, every controversy and every assault shall be settled. And all the elders of the city nearest to the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer, whose neck was broken in the valley. Then they shall answer and say, Our hands have not shed this blood, nor have our eyes seen it. Provide atonement, O Lord, for your people of Israel, whom you have redeemed, and do not lay innocent blood to charge your people Israel. An atonement shall be provided on their behalf for the blood. So you shall put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you. And when you do what is right in the sight of the Lord, female captives, when you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God delivers them into your hand, and you take them captive, even though he said to utterly destroy them, and you see among the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire her, and would take her for your wife, then you shall bring her home to your house, and she shall shave her head and trim her nails. She shall put off the clothes of she shall put off the clothes of her captivity, remain in your house, and mourn her father and her mother a full month. After that you make and it shall be if you you shall not treat her brutally. Firstborn inheritance rights. I did not like reading that last bit. Firstborn inheritance rights. If a man has 2 wives, one loved and one unloved, why would he have 2 wives? Oh yeah. Past people in the Old Testament have had multiple wives. And they have borne him children, both the loved and unloved. If the firstborn son is of her who is unloved, then it shall be on the day he bequeaths his possessions to his sons, that he must not bestow firstborn status on the son of the loved wife, in preference to the son of the unloved, the true firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the unloved wife as the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he has, for he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. What about Joseph, huh? Joseph wasn't firstborn of the unloved wife, or he wasn't the firstborn at all. Well, he was the firstborn of the loved wife, but not of the unloved. So, the rebellious son. If a man has a stubborn and rebellious son, who will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and who, when they have chastened him, will not heed them, then his father and his mother shall take hold of him and bring him out to the elders of his city at the gate of his city. And they shall say to the elders of this city, This son of ours is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. Then all the men of the city he shall stone into death with stone, and ye shall put away the miscellaneous laws. If a man has committed a sin deserving of death, and he is put to death, and you hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain overnight on the tree, but you shall surely bury him on that day, so that you do not defile the land which the Lord your God is giving you as inheritance, for he is hanged as accursed to God. For he who is hanged is accursed to God. Okay. Chapter 22. You shall not see your brother's ox or his sheep going astray, and hide yourself from them. You shall certainly bring them back to your brother. And if your brother is not near you, or if you do not know him, then you shall bring it to your own house, and it shall remain with you until your brother seeks it. Then you shall restore it to him. You shall do the same with his donkey, and so shall you do with his garment. Any lost thing of your brother's which he has lost, and you have found, you shall do likewise. You must not hide yourself. You shall not see your brother's donkey or his ox fall down along the road and hide yourself from them. You shall surely help him lift them up again. A woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, nor... All the clothes back then were quite neutral. So I don't know why that's there. Could be that no man shall wear a colourful garment and no woman shall wear a plain garment. Well, that just wouldn't make sense anyway. If a bird's nest happens to be before you along the way in any tree on the ground, or with the young ones or eggs, with the mother sitting on the young or the eggs, you shall not take the mother with the young. You shall surely let the mother go and take the young for yourself. Then it may be well with you that you may be... When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof, that you may not bring guilt of bloodshed on your house if anyone falls from it. I think a parapet is like a railing, like an extra wall or fence kind of thing. So that bit is about health and safety. You shall not sow your vineyard with different kinds of seed, lest the yield of the seed which you have sown and the fruit of your vineyard be defiled. Like the Simpsons when they grew tobacco and tomatoes. You shall not plough with an ox or a donkey together. You shall not wear a garment of different sorts, such as wool and linen mixed together. You shall make tassels on the four corners of clothing, with which you cover yourself. Laws of sexual morality. I do not want to read this. Yay. I do not want to read this at all. And it is about virginity. And it's all about if the woman is not a virgin, what about the men that are not virgins? Alright, that is the end of this reading. I did miss some things out because I was not comfortable reading them. And it's going over the laws that have already been said. And adding some extra stuff. Yay. Alright, I will see you in the next reading, which is Psalm 6. That'll be fun.